Modern Warfare 2's next update might get very interesting. It seems like they're adding a Modern Warfare 3 multiplayer map early as a test for COD's future. We're going to go through what crazy stuff is happening here, future updates for this game in today's video. Be sure to subscribe for more COD update videos like this, and quick shout out to my merch store where we're doing a 20% off Memorial Day special here, code Memorial20. That's going to be until Monday night, probably Tuesday morning. Be sure to pick up the merch. A bunch of you guys already got merch. Really do appreciate that, and we'll be having more merch designs, interesting designs in the future. I know right now it's just the base logo. I wanted a clean logo shirt, but in the future we'll have some crazy stuff, some zombie themed stuff for you Treyarch zombie fans, and much more. Leave your ideas for merch stuff down below. But first up here for the news, exclusive Modern Warfare 2 devs tease incoming map that's directly a test for COD's future. In speaking with Infinity Ward's multiplayer design directors Joseph Sika and Jeff Smith last week, we learned a great deal about what to expect in Modern Warfare 2's final seasons. As we gear up for a reported Modern Warfare 3 launch, we still have a fair few months of support for the current game in focus. That means more maps, some of which are said to be built with competitive play in mind, and some of which are supposedly set to test the waters for more ambitious projects down the line. Interesting wording there. I'll talk about that in a second. So during our recent interview, we learned Infinity Ward had working DMZ prototypes before Verdansk was in active development, which I made a video about. I'll leave a link to that down below in the description. Really interesting stuff there for you DMZ fans, but naturally, we questioned what else might be in the pipeline already for an eventual release years in the future. I mean, just as an example, there's a map coming in a later season that is directly a test for future things. Smith teased, cautious not to give too much away. Obviously, this is an extremely vague hint at what's to come, so there's not a whole lot we could make of it just yet. But that can't stop the community from running wild with speculation. Perhaps a new multiplayer map is testing new lobby sizes for a future spin-off project. Maybe its location is an early indication of where the franchise is heading next. There's even a chance new mechanics on this particular map are testing something that could point to a new direction for the FPS juggernaut moving forward. For now, it's purely conjecture, but we know for certain to keep a close eye on Modern Warfare 2's last remaining maps. And Season 4, of course, is coming very soon on its expected release date of June 14th, so we're sure to have a little further insight by then. Be sure to check back, whatever. So, crazy stuff here. First of all, their wording is very important because, you know, when I think about what maps we have next, obviously we talked about on the channel, IW already said the last couple of maps, we have about 3 to 4 MP maps, at least, you know, core 6v6 maps. Those maps are going to be more competitive style maps, which, as I said, are more of the traditional style of MP maps where they're 3-lane, maybe 3 to 4 lane, just more of that, you know, sort of cohesive structure, maybe more of a Treyarch style. If you think back to a classic BO2 map, might be more of that vibe. Good for competitive. Of course, the season is already over. Would have been great to have those maps earlier on for the CDL, but that's besides the point. As I said, those maps are more of what I like from Call of Duty. I like the new Modern Warfare style maps, but I definitely prefer the older, you know, more structured style of Call of Duty MP maps. And maybe what they're teasing here is that Modern Warfare 3, those MP maps are going to be more structured, more traditional, more 3-laned, which is very interesting because, again, there's a huge split in the community where people either, you know, love the new Modern Warfare 19, MW2, and even Vanguard style of MP maps, or they completely hate it and want to go back to the BO2, BO3, even COD 4, MW3, even like Infinite Warfare, COD Ghost style maps, where most of the maps were just a bit more structured. And I know COD Ghost and other IW games have always had some crazy maps, like think about Stonehaven from COD Ghost. That was an insanely large and massive map, almost like a MW19 map. So not all the old maps were structured, but they tend to be more structured. So is MW3 going to be a more structured, classical style Call of Duty? That might be interesting. That might bring a lot of fans back into this game who are completely dissatisfied with Modern Warfare 2 MP right now, and they might think like, you know what, this actually is interesting. These maps are a lot better. We have the great gunplay of IW. I think IW undoubtedly has the best gunplay and feeling of playing MP. The weapons sound great. Everything is always so good. The movement's a little slower. The TTK is a little fast. The maps, I think, is IW's biggest weak point, at least in my opinion. Having better maps, more traditional maps, would be a huge W. So it could be that. Obviously, another possibility here as to what they're bringing from MW3 or testing from MW3 and MW2 is just like a remake, because we know we're getting a lot of these remakes in MW3. It was supposed to release for MW2 Year 2, and we're instead getting a full release. So it's not like they're going to scrap all of those MW2 2009 map remakes. And I've talked so much about those map remakes in so many different videos. I gotta take a break, but I do have to mention here, they might just be testing how they want to introduce the remakes for MW3, having one in MW2, seeing how people like it. Should they, you know, change a lot for the remake? Should they have it the exact same as it was before? Do you add doors? Do you not add doors? Do you add these, you know, like Terminal, for example, or not Terminal, because Terminal's already in Ground War technically, and it's on Al Mazrah, but let's say a map that's not on Al Mazrah right now. Karachi or Rundown, for example. Do you turn those into Ground War maps? Do you change those maps completely and have just elements of the old maps? Do you have them just as 6v6 maps, exactly the way they were before? Are people more receptive to that, or are they not as receptive? Maybe that's what they're testing here. So for MW3, they add all of those remakes the exact way that people want them to. So that could be that as well. Now, in their interview here, they do also hint at, you know, more ambitious stuff. They're testing the waters for more ambitious projects down the line. I mean, to me, does that really sound like 6v6? It could be a 6v6 thing, but it might be something else. And I wonder what an MP map is really going to be like that's not 6v6 and not Ground War, because we already have Ground War. It's not like they're going to make a new, unless they're going to make a new and improved Ground War. It could be that, but honestly, I'd rather them focus on 6v6, and I don't want them to change too much with 6v6, because I think we're starting to get to the point where they're just changing things for the sake of changing things, and they probably figure, you know what, MW2 6v6 is, you know, kind of popular, but most people don't like it, so let's completely switch it up, and let's change everything up for the next game to get people interested again. I think that's the wrong direction. I think it's good to have new modes and new ideas, and I think DMZ is a great example of that. But for core 6v6, the best thing for them to do, in my opinion, is go more back to like the basics and, you know, give us more traditional movement and traditional MP maps and have Dead Silence as a perk. Go back to a more classical style of create a class, pick 10 system, for example. I mean, for me, the attachments are a bit too crazy. There's way too many attachments, way too many customizable options. Like, I think customization is good. I want to be able to customize my weapons, but it feels like a bit too much. The tuning feels like a bit too much. So, I don't know. Maybe that's a better direction to go in for MP instead of completely changing things up. We're going to see. So we're pretty much getting an MW3 map here in MW2 very soon. Could be as soon as Season 4. Next update could be Season 5 here. And then we'll be able to tell what the new ambitious feature is. The map design. Is it the map location like Dexerto was saying? I doubt the map location is not a big test of the future. I mean, because map locations are pretty generic. MW3 is going to take place somewhere in Europe, somewhere in Asia. It's all the same at this point, right? So we'll see exactly what this map is like. And to be fair, honestly, we all kind of understand at this point that MW3 is going to be pretty much an expansion of MW2, a very similar styled game. So even if they're testing this new ambitious map, is it really going to be that different from what we have right now? Probably not, but again, I don't know for sure, so I'm hopeful. We'll see what ends up happening. I'm glad they're trying something different. Again, my opinion, like I just said, I'd rather them keep 6v6 more traditional, and if you want to do new stuff, have that new stuff created in other modes like DMZ or Ground War, for example, but keep 6v6 you know, the way it should be, like it was in the past. And I think, you know, MW3 could be a halfway decent game. So let me know down below your opinions on that. Be sure to subscribe for more COD update videos like this. Be sure to join the Discord down below. Again, if you guys want to pick up a shirt, the merch store, that would mean the world to me. Really do appreciate that. I'll follow you on Twitter. Let me know. I'll friend you. I mean, I got to show you guys love if you buy merch. So just send me a screenshot somewhere, Twitter, Discord. If you do end up buying merch, I really, really do appreciate that. Shout out to the YouTube channel members as always, and I'll see you guys in the next video or live stream. Peace out, guys.